This holy instant would I give to you. Be you in charge, for I would follow you. Certain that your direction gives me peace. Certain that your direction gives me peace. And if I need a word to help me, He will give it to me. If I need a thought, that will He also give. And if I need but stillness and a tranquil open mind, these are the gifts I will receive of Him. He is in charge by my request, and He will hear and answer me, because He speaks for God my Father and His Holy Son and His Holy Son. This holy instant would I give to you. Be you in charge, for I would follow you. Certain that your direction gives me peace. Certain that your direction gives me peace. Well, thank you all so much for joining me. I'm forgiveness teacher from the Ozarks, Willie. I like to think of myself as Miracle Willie, since I studied the Course of Miracles. I've been studying it for many, many years. This holy instant would I give to you. Be you in charge, for I would follow you. Certain that your direction gives me peace. And if I need a word to help me, He will give it to me. If I need a thought, that will He also give. And if I need but stillness and a tranquil, open mind, these are the gifts I will receive of Him. He is in charge by my request, and He will hear and answer me, because He speaks for God my Father and His Holy Son, you and I. This is lesson 365, the last day of the year, Sunday, December the 31st of 2023. This year it's Sunday. If you're listening to it this year, if it's next year or some year beyond. Anyway. This holy instant would I give to you. Be you in charge, for I would follow you, certain that your direction gives me peace. And is there anything other than peace? Because with peace we have joy, we have happiness, we have all the qualities that we really need and want. Okay, well, let's see our associated reading, our final lessons. Our final lessons will be left as free of words as possible. We use them but at the beginning of our practicing, and only to remind us that we seek to go beyond them. Let us turn to Him who leads the way and makes our footsteps sure. To Him we leave these lessons, as to Him we give our lives henceforth. We would not return again to the belief in sin, which made the world seem ugly and unsafe, attacking and destroying, dangerous in all its ways, and treacherous beyond the hope of trust and the escape from pain. His is the only way to find the peace that God has given us. It is His way that everyone must travel in the end, because it is this ending God Himself appointed. In the dream of time, it seems to be far off. In the dream of time. And yet in truth it is already here, already serving as a gracious guidance in the way to go. Let us together follow in this way that truth points out to us, and let us be the leaders of our many brothers who are seeking for the way, but find it not. Can we be the leaders of our many brothers who are seeking for the way and find it not? Well, an easy way to do that would be just to tell them to join up tomorrow, start lesson 1, and go through it one day at a time all year next year. And they'll get the same teaching that we've been getting. I'll be here tomorrow and going through the Foundation for Inner Peace version, where this year we went through the original version printed by the A Course in Miracles Society, where next year we'll be going through the Foundation for Inner Peace version from cover to cover. It'll be this version right here. Let me just show you real quick. All right? So get a book, buy one for your friends, and let's study along next year. What I call the easy way to study A Course in Miracles. And to this purpose, let us dedicate our minds, and let us be the leaders of our many brothers who are seeking for the way but find it not. And to this purpose, let us dedicate our minds, directing all our thoughts to serve the function of salvation. Unto us the aim is given to forgive the world. It is the goal that God has given us. It is His ending to the dream we seek and not our own. For all that we forgive, we will not fail to recognize as part of God Himself. And thus His memory is given back completely and complete. It is our function to remember Him on earth, as it is given us to be His own completion in reality. So let us not forget our goal is shared, for it is that remembrance which contains the memory of God, that our goal is shared between you and me. Thank you for joining me. Our goal is shared. And in that memory, how's he say it? For it is in that remembrance which contains the memory of God. So let us not forget our goal is shared. For in that remembrance, for it is that remembrance which contains the memory of God and points the way to Him and to the heaven of His peace. And shall we not forgive our brothers who can offer this to us? He is the way, the truth, and life that show the way to us. In Him resides salvation, offered us through our forgiveness given unto us. You know, Jesus said that same thing, that He was the way, the truth, and life. And what so many people thought was that only Jesus. But the truth is that any brother can lead you to the Christ. Any brother can lead you to Jesus. Think of it that way. That we have to work out our own salvation daily with the woes around us, offering forgiveness, seeing their holiness. Paragraph 5. We will not end this year without the gift our Father promised, His Holy Son. We are forgiven now, and we are saved from all the wrath we thought belonged to God and found it was a dream. We are restored to sanity, in which we understand that anger is insane, attack is mad, and vengeance merely foolish fantasy. We have been saved from wrath because we learned we were mistaken, nothing more than that. And is a father angry at his son because he failed to understand the truth? We come in honesty to him and say we did not understand, and ask him to help us to learn his lesson through the voice of his own teacher. Would he hurt his son? Or would he rush to answer him and say, "This is my son, and all I have is his"? Be certain he will answer thus, that this is my son, and all I have, is his. This is my son, and all I have is his. Be certain he will answer thus, for these are his own words to you. And more than that can no one ever have, for in these words is all there is and all that there will be throughout all time and in eternity. And you know, our lesson again, and then I'm going to read the epilogue to the workbook. This holy instant would I give to you, be you in charge, for I would follow you, certain that your direction gives me peace. And if I need a word to help me, He will give it to me. If I need a thought, that will He also give. And if I need but stillness and a tranquil open mind, these are the gifts I will receive of Him. He is in charge by my request, and He will hear and answer me, because He speaks for God my Father and His Holy Son. And the last section of the workbook, called the epilogue. This course is a beginning, not an end. Your friend goes with you. You are not alone. No one who calls on Him can call in vain. Whatever troubles you, be certain that He has the answer and will gladly give it to you if you simply turn to Him and ask it of Him. He will not withhold all answers that you need for anything that seems to trouble you. He knows the way to solve all problems and resolve all doubts. His certainty is yours. You need but ask it of Him, and it will be given you. You are as certain of arriving home as is the pathway of the sun laid down before it rises, after it has set, and in the half-lit hours in between. Indeed, your pathway is more certain still, for it cannot be possible to change the course of those whom God has called to Him. Therefore, obey your will and follow Him whom you accepted as your voice, to speak of what you really want and really need. He is the voice for God, and also yours, and thus He speaks of freedom and of truth. No more specific lessons are assigned, for there is no more need of them. Henceforth, hear but the voice for God and for yourself when you retire from the world, to seek reality instead. And he says there's no more need for any more lessons, so if you've followed the course and you really think that you've done it well this year and you've got what you want, well, thank you for joining me and studying it. And we'll see you on the forever. You'll be my brother, and we'll see each other and be in contact forevermore. If, on the other hand, you want to share this message with others and want to study it again, and you think you can get more out of it going through it again, well, join me tomorrow and we'll start again. No more specific lessons are assigned, for there is no more need of them. Henceforth, hear but the voice for God and for yourself when you retire from the world, to seek reality instead. He will direct your efforts, telling you exactly what to do, how to direct your mind, and when to come to Him in silence, asking for His sure direction and His certain word. His is the word that God has given you. His is the word you chose to be your own. And now I place you in His hands, to be His faithful follower, with Him as guide through every difficulty and all pain that you may think is real. Nor will He give you pleasures that will pass away, for He gives only the eternal and the good. Let Him prepare you further. He has earned your trust by speaking daily to you of your father and your brother and yourself. He will continue now. He will continue. The Holy Spirit will continue. Now you walk with Him as certain as is He of where you go, as sure as He of how you should proceed, as confident as He is of the goal and of your safe arrival in the end. The end is certain and the means as well. To this we say Amen. The end is certain and the means as well. To this we say Amen. We will be told exactly what God wills for us each time there is a choice to make. And He will speak for God and for yourself, thus making sure that hell will claim you not, and that each choice you make brings heaven nearer to your reach. And so we walk with Him from this time on, and turn to Him for guidance and for peace and right direction. Joy attends our way. Joy attends our way. Make sure you have joy before you've decided that you don't need this book anymore. And if there's anybody you still kind of have a grievance towards, you're not finished learning this sacred text. Joy attends our way. That's the acid test right there. For we go homeward to an open door which God has held unclosed to welcome us. We trust our ways to Him and say Amen. In peace we will continue in His way and trust all things to Him. In confidence we wait His answer. As we ask His will in everything we do, He loves God's Son as we would love Him, and He teaches us how to behold Him through His eyes and love Him as He does. You do not walk alone. God's angels hover close and all about. His love surrounds you, and of this be sure, that I will never leave you comfortless. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? The message of Jesus, that He'll never leave us comfortless, and angels hover about and all around. Okay, well, let's go look at our Course in Miracles out of the Foundation for Inner Peace version, and it's the last page in that also. We've been reading out of the clarification of terms, and the very last section in there is called, in the Manual for Teachers, which follows the clarification, which is part of the clarification of terms, but it came later and wasn't in the original edition. And it's called the epilogue also. So we'll read the epilogue, and as you're turning there, what's going on around the world? Hogmania. I guess time to butcher hogs, huh? Leap Second Time Adjustment Day, and that's also on today, on December 31st, and also June 30th, where they make an adjustment to the calendar to get the seconds lined up, since our 24-hour day isn't exact with the 365 and quarter somewhat days of the year. Make Up Your Mind Day. Prepare for goals for the new year. National Champagne Day. Make a toast with some champagne, bringing in the new year on 2024. Our little imaginary toast our happiness and the world's peace and joy. May we spread it on. Happy New Year's. Universal Hour of Peace, and that is the last 30 minutes of the day tonight, and the first 30 minutes of the new year and if everybody considers that a time of being at peace, then we have around the clock, we'll have a world day of peace. Universal Hour of Peace in each time zone. World Peace Meditation Day, and that's basically a collaborative adventure with people of all cultures and religions that we want to be at peace. World Peace Meditation Day. I'd encourage you to do a peace meditation today. And Unlucky Day. Basically, that's the past is over and it can touch me not. It's all the unluck's over. Let's start fresh and new with a good year. If you believe in luck, I think everything's perfectly brought to me for exactly what I need. I can always trust in God for that. It's the 6th day of Kwanzaa, and so happy Kwanzaa, and the 11th day of Christmas, so Merry Christmas. And I want to tell you about one more Kiwi, and that'll finish our Kiwis. They had so many usefulnesses, and so much usefulness, and you do have to have a male to get many of them to produce, and they'll produce more with a male. And we talked about yesterday the 7432 hardy male Kiwi and the 7446 hardy male Kiwi, which that 7432 it said would pollinate all that are in the edible landscaping book. There's one more that they talked about. It's the hardy Meader male Kiwi. Dr. Meader, plant breeder from New Hampshire, had this male growing at his farm in Rochester, New Hampshire. Probably from Korea, this adaptable male fathered the Ken's Red Kiwi in tropical Australia. That's a pretty adaptable plant. From New Hampshire to Australia, spaced 15 feet apart on T trellises, zones 5 through 8. And so there's your hardy Kiwi. The Arguta is the species. And what was the genus? Ridotini? I can't even remember offhand. I forgot to write it down. But anyway, let's look at the epilogue now in the Manual for Teachers. Forget not once this journey is begun, the end is certain. And before we go there, let's say the lesson once again. This holy instant would I give to you, be you in charge, for I would follow you, certain that your direction gives me peace. In the epilogue, forget not once this journey is begun, the end is certain. Doubt along the way will come and go to come again. Yet is the ending sure. No one can fail to do what God appointed him to do. When you forget, remember that you walk with him and with his word upon your heart. Who could despair when hope like this is his? Illusions of despair may seem to come, but learn how not to be deceived by them. Behind each illusion, There is reality and there is God. Why would you wait for this and trade it for illusions when His love is but an instant farther on the road where all illusions end? That's why we don't want to stop with just luck and unluck. We want to look beyond that illusion and see that God is a very present help in time of need, always. The end is sure and guaranteed by God, who stands before a lifeless image with a step. When a step away, the Holy of the Holies opens up an ancient door that leads beyond the world. Who stands before a lifeless image, when a step away, the Holy of the Holies opens up an ancient door that leads beyond the world. You are a stranger here, but you belong to Him who loves you as He loves Himself. Ask but my help to roll the stone away, and it is done according to His will. We have begun the journey. Long ago the end was written in the stars and set into the heavens, with a shining ray that held it safe within eternity and through all time as well, and holds it still, unchanged, unchanging, and unchangeable. Be not afraid. We only start again an ancient journey long ago begun, but that seems anew. We have begun again upon a road we traveled on before and lost our way a little while, and now we try again. Our new beginning has the certainty the journey lacked till now. Look up and see His word among the stars, where He has set your name along with His. Look up and find your certain destiny. The world would hide, but God would have you see. Boy, that talks about looking into the astral plane, the way I look at that. Paragraph 4, let us wait here in silence and kneel down an instant in our gratitude to Him who called to us and helped us hear His call. And then let us arise and go in faith along the way to Him. Now we are sure we do not walk alone, for God is here, and with Him all our brothers. Now we know that we will never lose the way again. The song begins again, which had been stopped only an instant, though it seems to be unsung forever. What is here begun will grow in life and strength and hope until the world is still an instant, and forgets all that the dreams of sin had made of it. Let us go out and meet the newborn world, knowing that Christ has been reborn in it, and that the holiness of this rebirth will last forever. We had lost our way, but He has found it for us. Let us go and bid Him welcome, who returns to us to celebrate salvation and the end of all we thought we made. The morning star of this new day looks on a different world where God is welcomed and His Son with Him. We who complete Him offer thanks to Him as He gives thanks to us. The sun is still, and in the quiet God has given Him, enters His home and is at peace at last. The sun is still and at peace at last. And I'd encourage you just to go through your address book and look for people, kind of tidy it up at the end of the year and take out, or make sure that it's up to date. But send a little text, a little inviting them to study along with us next year. And be sure to do your meditation morning and evening. And if you are going to join us tomorrow, we'll talk about that tomorrow. But do your meditation morning and evening, and your hourly remembrance. And find something to give God thanks for every hour of the day. And today, tell yourself this song. This holy instant would I give to you, be you in charge, for I would follow you, certain that your direction gives me peace. This holy instant would I give to you, be you in charge, for I would follow you, certain that your direction gives me peace, certain that your direction gives me peace. And if you're trying to find a reason of whether or not you really are ready to I know I stopped in the middle of our song, but I wanted to just say that if you're not sure that you've got everything out of A Course in Miracles that you could receive from it, well then do it again, or at least do it as long until you feel like you've got it. I'd encourage you to make sure that you're at peace. Be certain that your direction has given you peace. This holy instant would I give to you. Be you in charge, for I would follow you. Certain that your direction gives me peace. Certain that your direction gives me peace. And if I need a word to help me, He will give it to me. If I need a thought, that will He also give. And if I need but stillness and a tranquil open mind, these are the gifts I will receive of Him. He is in charge by my request, and He will hear and answer me, because He speaks for God my Father and His Holy Son, and His Holy Son. He is in charge by my request, and He will hear and answer me, because He speaks for God my Father and His Holy Son and His Holy Son. This holy instant would I give to you. Be you in charge, for I would follow you. Certain that your direction gives me peace. Certain that your direction gives me peace. And again, let me congratulate you for going through the Course in Miracles. If you followed along from the beginning, whether or not it was with me or not, if you've been with me on this journey, send me an email and tell me about yourself and how it's helped you. Things that I might be able to do in the future to make it better. And if you're going to join me again tomorrow, tell yourself today, and even if you're not going to join me tomorrow, tell yourself today, this holy instant would I give to you. Be you in charge, for I would follow you, certain that your direction gives me peace. And I looked up a word in peace for the Shoshoni language of the Western North America, the Shoshoni people. And I couldn't find the actual pronunciation, but it's spelled Y-O-O, and we'll just call it you. So, peace in Shoshoni, you. This holy instant would I give to you. Be you in charge, for I would follow you, certain that your direction gives me peace, gives me you. Peace, you.